Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Scorpio 61 mod, which is being released by user Diakyuto. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the real-world VZ61, or the Scorpio. And I've been really enjoying having this gun in the game. As you guys know me, when it comes to real-world guns, I don't care for things that are modern, but anything Cold War and before is very much up my alleyway. And this was made originally back in '59 and then went into service with the Czechoslovak Socialist Republic in 1961. So yeah, very much within that nice time frame, and with both metal and wood, which I always do enjoy. Plus, to make things even better, we actually have seen this gun previously in the Fallout franchise as the Scorpio, which was one of the best SMGs in Fallout Tactics. So yeah, it's real world, old, and of course seen in the games before. All things that I love. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Scorpio 61, which in its most basic and standard form will do 16 damage with a 38 round, with a firing rate of 76, range of 83, accuracy of 53, and a weight of 2.3. Not too bad there, and awkwardly a lot of threes. Interesting. And as you can see, it is a pretty good looking gun. It certainly does look the part for the VZ61. Oh man, I've always wanted to shoot one of these things in real life. It's been one of those Cold War era guns that I've always wanted to play around with, but never had the opportunity to. And it's just so cool. I really do love the look of this thing. You guys know me, I always love the combination of steel and wood with weapons. Bah to polymers. Bah to them, I say. And it's just a fun, cool looking weapon with enough modifications to help make this thing a bit more useful later into the game for you. Granted, that being said, this is going to be a weapon you're probably going to ditch pretty early on, as it's really meant to be an early to mid-game gun. In fact, the mod maker even says it's sort of an alternative to, or a companion at the very least, to pipe pistols and the like. So yeah, definitely not something you're going to be using for very long unless you just need to blow through a crap load of 38 rounds, but still, you know, a fun gun for the early to mid-game. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, it's pretty darn simple. Starting at level 3, you will find these things on Minutemen, Raiders, and Triggermen, as well as, of course, in stores. And there actually is also 2 versions of this mod. One, which I'm using, which is using the vanilla 38 round. But if you do want to be a bit more historically accurate, there is a munitions compatible version that you can put 32 rounds into these instead, and even can convert it to 22, I think is what it said. But yes, so that's not required though, just an optional extra. So let's go take a look at what all modifications we do have for this thing. And of course, starting with the receiver category, we've got the pretty typical things in here, from standard to calibrated to powerful, etc. And we have them in both the sort of semi-automatic as well as automatic receivers. And as for power, the highest you're going to get out of these for the semi-auto is 28 without any additional perks, and of course 22 with the fully automatic ones there, which actually is going to go a little bit higher for both of those, because to get them you have to unlock Commando or Gunslinger, which is going to raise that up a little bit more. But not too bad there. Now in the barrel category, we've only got 2 options of either a short or a long barrel to really help with that range and accuracy. In the grip category, we then have a standard, a comfort, a wire stock, and my personal favorite, the wooden stock, because again, I like older guns with metal and wood. It's just nice. It just looks good. And then the magazine category, we've got a couple of different options here of either the standard, large, quick eject, and large quick eject. But if you really want to go crazy with fully auto, we also got a drum magazine, which, yeah, not bad. Carrying quite a bit of ammunition for you to just spray and pray. And also needing that commando perk there. Now then, in the sights category, we've actually got a lot of stuff in here. You guys know me, I always do love seeing a lot of sight options. And yeah, we've got that here. We've got standard glow, red glow, teal glow, white glow. Then we move into a variety of different reflex sights, as you can see here. And then a nice combat sight, a defense combat sight, N99s in multiple different variations, and even a laser sight if you just want a little dot on your enemy. There you go. And then the muzzle category, we've got a nothing, a spike break, a budget suppressor, compensator, muzzle break, covert suppressor, osprey suppressor, and finally an elite suppressor if you are, you know, wanting to put a few points into Mr. Sandman there. Quite nice indeed. And then finally we have the material category to add a little bit more to the aesthetics of the gun to fit your personal style, where we've got either the standard, bronze, chrome, copper, fool's gold, oil spill, and rustic material if you're wanting to make it look a bit older. I like all of them, and in fact all the different modifications we have in here are pretty good. I'd love to see a few more things in like the barrel category, but overall I think all the categories are pretty darn good and will help change up the weapon to your particular needs and play style, which is always good to see. So let's grab my modified versions over here and check out how this thing does fire. And of course, starting with the most basic and standard of them. And there we go. A pretty accurate weapon overall. The sights are a little bit awkward for me personally, but they're not too bad. At least for this, you know, it's not like a lot of sights that I have complaints about where you lose the actual sight in gray and whatnot. It's a little bit easier to see there, but it's just kind of, if you hold it up to like the white space there, it's just such a small little actual part there for where you actually aim that it just makes that aspect hard to see. Now, as for the reload on this gun, I do feel like the reload is a bit slow, especially considering the overall fire rate is pretty quick on this, so you're definitely going to want the bigger magazines because, yeah, it just feels like it's taken a year to actually reload each mag. But overall, not too shabby. And as for the recoil on this thing, it has a fair amount, but it's not too bad and pretty controllable. As you can see, shooting all 10 rounds, we ended up heading up to there without doing any compensation. So yeah, when you actually are trying to aim properly, it's not too hard to compensate for. Now, of course, with modifications, you can have things like this lovely semi-automatic version here doing 27 damage, and having the nice oil spill material on there. It always kind of weirds me out a little bit, but yeah, fun. Almost looks like a miniature AK, and I like that. So yeah, let's check out that one next with the suppressed fire. And with the modifications in question I've got on this thing, it actually did help make it even more controllable on the kick for the gun, so not too shabby at all. Very nice, and a nice little silenced weapon for you to play around with. I very much enjoy it. Very cool. And then, of course, I mean, come on, if you're going to have a machine pistol from the Cold War, you're going to want to go crazy with shooting at full auto. So, drum magazine. I got my compensated powerful Scorpio 61 auto pistol here doing 22 damage, which again, with different perks, you could bring that up a little bit more to make it a bit more powerful. And with those 40 rounds, oh yeah, beautiful. And again, especially with a compensator on the front of this thing, that kick is even more controllable, even with the crazy kick you are getting from these 40 rounds at full auto, because my god, this thing fires very rapidly. You are going to chew through your 32, or 38 ammo rather, quite quickly with this weapon. But all good, fun times. So let's try this against an enemy, and I now am realizing that I was testing against multiples before, and I don't remember which console command is what enemy now. Huh. I was, doing some last-minute testing before starting the video, and then I went downstairs to get a drink, and now I don't remember what the order of those people were. Well, I think a Deathclaw would be overkill, considering this is an early to mid-game weapon, but I feel like the Deathclaw is the first one, so why not? Why not give it a go? Especially with the full... Yep, I was right, that was the Deathclaw. Oh god, what were the other two? I know one's a Raider and one's a Gunner, but I don't remember which is which. But yes, with the full auto and the 40 rounds of doom heading down towards that Deathclaw, as long as they actually hit, actually does still do some pretty decent damage. Again, assuming I hit, which for me, that's always a valid concern as to whether or not you will. All right. Okay, back up the stairs I go. There we are. And let's actually do a VATS. Ooh, only, we'll do the body on the 64 there. And still missing. All right. Yeah, still actually doing better than I actually thought we would with this low level of a gun against a Deathclaw. We are going through a ton of 38 ammo to kill him, though. Ooh, boy, back up we go, back up we go. Oh, he almost made it up. How dare you? How dare you? And he's down. Ha-ha! Take that, Deathclaw. Take that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, well, let's go use the semi-automatic one against one of the other two. I don't remember which is which. We've got a Raider and a Gunner I was playing against earlier just for testing. Let's just choose one and roll with it. I'll choose the bottom one. Why not? The top one was the Deathclaw. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I bet the bottom one was a Gunner. Well, probably.
Last mistake!
Oh, yep, it was. Ooh, this one might be a little bit more difficult. Oh, boy. Critical for the last. Oh, he is gonna murder me with that laser rifle of his. Well, I'm just gonna take that real quick, and then... Actually, he didn't do too much damage quite yet. But still, we're not doing crazy amounts of damage to him either, but we do almost do my... Oh, now he is doing a lot more damage to me. There we go, there we go. How dare you, how dare you. Okay, we got him before he got us. Magnificent. Oh, I should have gone with the Raider. Oh, well, all in all, a pretty good gun. Definitely not the most powerful thing ever. And honestly, if I was to use one of these guns in my normal play, I would definitely stick with the full auto because, come on, it's a Cold War Czechoslovakian designed machine pistol. You gotta go full auto. What are you doing if you're not? That's just strange. But yes, overall it's a fun gun, definitely an early to mid-game weapon with a decent amount of modifications and just fun. So if you'd like to take a look at it for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the video as per usual. But hopefully you all have enjoyed this one today and you come back for whatever mod it is that we look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching as always. Well, have a good one.